What's going on, YouTube, man? Today is Friday. Forgive me for just chilling and just sitting down, whatever, but I'm going to get right to it. Now, some people say right now we're in a recession. They say a recession is going on. What we're going to do is job change. I'm going to tackle that a little bit. And I think that what is happening is right now is that if you're a victim right now and you hear this video and you're a victim of one that has lost your job, I think you want to hear these next words I'm about to say here real soon. Let's talk about this guy. I think you guys may know him. You know, he's kind of popular. You know, I think they call him Abraham Lincoln, right? Let's just talk about this guy's success and failures. Right now, I'm just going to focus on his failures. We all know his successes. Now, 1832, this guy lost his job. He was defeated for state legislature. 1833, he failed in business. 1835, his sweetheart died. 1836, he had a nervous breakdown. 1838, he was defeated for speaker. 1843, was defeated for nomination for Congress. 1848, he lost renomination. 1849, he was rejected for land officer. 1854, he was defeated for U.S. Senate. 1856, he was defeated for nomination for vice president. In 1858, he was again defeated for U.S. Senate. In 1860, he was elected president. Now, let's just think about that for a second. This guy had so much failure, it was ridiculous. Most cats will see this guy and call him a douchebag. Because you're like, look at this guy. He's just failure after failure after failure. But look at it. One thing I've noticed about all successful men is that they never give up. They never listen to the negative talk. Inside themselves, they have this thing that's pumping. And somehow they just focus on themselves. They block out everything else. And they know that, look, I'm not super smart. I'm not super successful, but one thing I have that a lot of other people don't have is drive. I don't give up. Now, let's not stop there. Let's go to Colonel Sanders. You know, you guys may know him. He owns Kentucky Fried Chicken. He's dead now, but when Colonel Sanders was 65 years old, now hear this now, 65 years old, he received his first Social Security check of guess how much? $99. He was flat broke. His only asset was his secret chicken recipe. He left his home in Kentucky and traveled to many states to the U.S. to sell his recipe. He offered the chicken recipe to many restaurants for free. All he wanted in return was a small percentage of his sales. However, he was shown the door by many restaurants. Get out of here, right? Who wants a recipe from a white Santa Claus? That's what you should tell him. Alright? Over 1,000. Hear what I'm saying now. Not one. Not 100. Over 1,000 restaurants rejected his offer. How many of you would have quit after one or two failures in sales calls? Now here's a kicker. On his 1,009th sales visit, one restaurant finally accepted the offer. Today, Kentucky Fried Chicken outlets and fatherly Colonel Sanders statues are found all over the world. I was in Hong Kong and I had Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was in Thailand. I had Kentucky Fried Chicken. But hold on now. What's so key about that? 65 years old is when he started. Now, how many people have given up? I'm 45 years old. I lost my career. What the heck am I going to do? Just lost my job. What the heck am I going to do? While I'm on the subject of losing job, let's look at another success story. Have you guys ever heard of Charles Darrow? Charles Darrow, back in the days, 1929, was the guy that created the game Monopoly. Now let's see when Charles created this. 1929, what other event happened in the United States during 1929? The Great Depression. Oh my gosh. So he was once a salesman of a heating and engineering equipment company. He spent the early 1930s looking for a job. He'd been feeding himself, his wife, and their son by taking an odd job he can find. Not his passion, just something he could find. He repaired electric irons, occasional fix-it jobs. He even walked dogs when he could find someone to pay him for his labors. So, to fill his idle hours, it helped him forget his worries temporarily, and he invented things. And lo and behold, he came up with the success game, the Monopoly, which is played in many, many, many homes still this day. And we're talking a game that was created in the 1930s and is still being played to this day. And there are many versions of it now. Now there's Monopoly with the ATM machines and all this other kind of stuff, whatever, right? Now, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about these things. And why? Why did I want to tell you this? Because all I hear about now is whining. The economy's this. The economy's that. See, let me tell you something that the economy and the recession can never take from a human being. It can never take this away. See, I will say again, the difference between men who are successful and men who are failures is that the men who are successful never give up. I just had a process that I'm doing right now with this new t-shirt thing I'm coming out with. And it's a foiling process. I've never dealt with any things like this, whatever. And I messed up many times. But I didn't focus on where I was. I focused on where I wanted to be. And finally I got to that point. And before you know it, I finished the process. I figured out the process. And see, that's the problem. You're focusing on where you are right now instead of focusing on where you want to be. Because once you focus on where you want to be, where you are doesn't matter. It's a temporarily status at that point. Focus on where you want to be. So, and some of you guys will say, man, this guy's so hard. I mean, why is he so hardcore? You gotta understand something. I came from a military background. I was in the military for 7 years, right? And in the military, you just can't give up. You know what I'm saying? If you give up and just say, you know what, let's pack it up, we're out of here, whatever, you lose the mission. You lose the fight. So I'm telling you right now, during this recession, forget about what's going on. Still save. Still invest. Let the government do what they do. You do what you do. I think everybody should have a small hustle, some type of extra job, extra business on the side, making money besides their job. Okay? So I'm not going to talk much about this. You guys get where I'm coming from. Stop whining. Don't lose the fight. Keep going. Keep fighting. Remember, successful men went through way more stuff than you did. But guess what? You need to go through it, because once you go through it, you will be a stronger individual. Much stronger individual. So, I'm going to sign off right now. Remember what I said. Don't lose the fight. Until next time, signing off.